So, hello everyone. Welcome back to Nicole Myths, Astrology and Tarot. These are the full moon in Aquarius, releasing inner detachment, secret code name readings. For those of you not familiar with secret code names and how they work, okay? Secret code names are purchased by individuals via my Etsy shop. Okay, that link is in the description. They're purchased by individuals, and then those individuals are given a secret code name. So they know which reading is theirs, even though no one else does. Okay, this is their personal reading. The beauty of this is that anybody can be drawn to, resonate with, feel guided to click for whatever known or unknown reason to them, any of the secret code names. And in divine time, there is a message in there for them, okay? So if you've been guided to this secret code name and it's not your purchased reading, there's most likely a message in here for you whenever it is that you are here catching it. All right, so I hope you stick around. Drop a like. Let me know in the comments if it has resonated with you and that it in fact did reach you in divine time. I always greatly appreciate all the feedback. And really quickly, I just want to say thank you to everybody who continues to participate in these events and purchases the secret code names, not just for being present for yourself and your own healing, but allowing your healing to ripple to those who are going through similar vibrations, similar alignments, similar times in their, in their life where this guidance and message is much needed. So thank you to each of you who participate in these events. My love and support is with you always. I am eternally grateful. All right. So with that said, we are going to be getting right into the reading. Secret code name Time Traveler, welcome. Today I am using my Aquarius Tarot, my Barbarary Tarot, and my Power of Love deck by James Van Praagh to get some insight on what it is, right? The inner detachment is the aspect of us, the archetypal energy or the wound that we have that is keeping us from manifesting or attaching to our highest good, our highest self, our best version, our best life, right? It's where we're detached from what is essentially spirit, right? It's where we're detached from spirit. It's our humanness that's not allowing the actual dream to click and manifest. Okay, so Time Traveler, and those who would resonate to this secret code name and at whatever divine time they are meant to cross it, right? Meant to receive this message. What is the milestone or archetype of the energy that's keeping you separate from your best version, right? That is keeping you misaligned from it, that you're not in that alignment, right? The inner detachment. Strength. And it came out in the reverse, okay? I typically don't read this deck reversed. The Strength card. Honestly, the way I'm feeling this energy is kind of like a volcano. It's this pressure, this immense pressure beneath the surface where you keep an outer facade that you're strong, everything is fine, you're fine, life is good on the outer. But there's this really fiery and chaotic underbelly that's doing its absolute best not to fucking explode. But at some point, the volcano explodes. Okay. The fact that you're upset underneath or have things to say that you're telling yourself don't need to be said, it's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. It's keeping you from the manifestation of your highest good. Whatever it is, strength is not in your ability to bottle something up and keep it in and hold it down. That's not strength. True strength is the ability to be vulnerable and talk about what you're feeling, what you're sensing, so that the pressure doesn't explode. Especially because most of the time that pressure, like a volcano, has vents. It leaks out in different directions, and it's usually in the wrong direction. Getting short with the wrong person. Getting mad at stupid mundane things that would have otherwise never pissed you off, you know? Or, you know, in the event that you do explode, it's usually at the right target. The explosion's at the right target, but it's at such a magnitude that why you're exploding, the message that needed to be received is lost in the chaos and the ash and the burning, right? It was too much. It was too much to where what you were actually trying to convey, the seriousness of it, is lost. Having a lot of pride. Feeling like, or wanting to believe that you are superhuman and that you have these really high expectations of yourself. Like, no one could ever dupe you. No one could ever get one over on you. You'll always know if someone's lying. Like, you know, there's certain things that we take pride in ourselves for. And every once in a while, we have someone that gets one over on us, and it's really hard to admit. And that's when this energy needs to be in its light. This is where you got to love the part of yourself that says, hey, the pressure is building. You should probably talk about it before you explode. You should probably talk about it so that it doesn't come out on the wrong person or in the wrong situation. Because bottling it up and letting the pressure build and going through those cycles of exploding or venting in the wrong direction, right? Venting in the wrong direction, it's keeping you from your best manifestation. Let's get some more insight into it, please. Like, you can't, like time traveler, right? You can't go back in time and change what transpired, but you can look to the light in the future and say, I will never allow this to repeat in the future, right? You have to be able to look back in time and say, okay, this is my pattern, and it's not manifesting anything good for me psychologically, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. You know, I put way too much pressure on myself, and it's not fair to me. I'm not being fair to myself, right? I'm not being fair to myself. Letting that pressure build to spare everybody else is really only sparing my pride, and it's not fair to myself. And it's not fair to anybody else. What else, Spirit? What other insight? Yeah, you're going to end up... These cards, the way they're presenting, understand that when you bottle it up and pretend like you're fine, you're legit acting from a place of being jaded. You're jaded. disillusioned, hurt on the inside, not showing it on the outside, pretending like you're fine when you're not. You're fucking jaded. That affects people. That hurts the wrong people. That bleeds on the people who didn't cut you. Need one more, please, Spirit. King of Wands on top, Knight of Swords on bottom. You got to be able to control your own spiritual energy, control your own willpower, control your own vibration, and communicate effectively. That's what this says. King of Wands, Knight of Swords on bottom. That's the underlying issue. You need to be able to communicate from a matured energetic alignment. A place of spiritual energy mastery, right? Vibratory mastery. We've got the sun here clarified by the star. That's this full moon energy, like beyond. So even if this reading catches you 10 years from now, like the alignments going on right now is literally what is circling back around and affecting you, because the sun is in Leo and the moon is in Aquarius. That's the star's energy. That's the star's energy. Is being affected by Mars and Uranus, which are in Taurus. There's a T-square going on with the nodes. Destiny or fate. If you did not read the cosmic currency that I wrote on the full moon in Aquarius, and you are catching this in a divine time, or if you go to my community tab, you could still fucking read it, because it's not 10 years from now. Please go read it. Go to the community tab and read it. This is some fate versus destiny shit. And there is no going back. Like, we're talking about a grand cross where it is sink or swim time. The sun with the star, especially because Saturn is right there conjunct the moon, and Selene is conjunct Saturn, okay? And the moon will be hitting both of those things as it passes within the next 24 hours from now. You've got to allow your light, your fire to heal. The Aquarian energy, the moon's energy, the star's energy, you've got to let yourself heal. You've got to remember that your light, your authenticity is your superpower. That's your strength. Your vulnerability is your strength. It's your superpower. You're wearing a cape. You're flying. Let vulnerability be your superpower and manifestation, because that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is about letting your desire to be free from what feels heavy, that leaves you feeling like a robot. This is where I got this jaded energy, this Four of Cups. This cold, robotic, holding on to a rose that's been plucked. It's eventually going to wither and die, like holding on to it and feeling like a robot. Feeling cold, feeling sad, feeling sorrow, feeling disenchanted, feeling jaded. You got to be able to remove your obstacles. You might want to call in Lord Ganesh, who is peeking out beyond this on the throne here. You got to be able to remove your own obstacles. Because at this point, you are your obstacle. You are your obstacle. You've got to take a leap of faith. The Fool, you've got to take a leap of faith on removing the mask. On removing the mask. This is, I'm dead inside, so I remove the dead part and just put a mask on. Instead of bringing what this is back to life and making it the original part of you that is healed. Revealing your death or your transformation, which is essentially what like the death card is, right? It's about transformation. You can't just cut your head into pieces and pretend that the original piece is not there. Of course it's there. You got to believe in justice. There's no point. Like, justice is not about being confused. That's the cycle that has to close. You can't just hope to God that justice comes about one day. Justice comes about when you're vulnerable and you're communicating. It leaves no room for confusion. It closes that cycle on confusion. There is no other option but for the karmic cycle to close. Pretending, there's no justice that comes from that. Justice is justice. Balance is balance. You have a tendency to pretend that you're stronger than you are. Because, like I said, strength is not in bottling it up. That's not strength. Strength is in vulnerability. So you think you're stronger than you are. And you're pretending that it's not bothering you when it is. And you're like, oh, well, karma will have its way one day. Karma will have its way one day. Justice will be served one day. Yeah, but that's dependent on your healing, your action. You have to allow the chips to fall where they may, by just being real and letting the chips fall where they may. Sitting here jaded doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you. What's the reminder, please, Spirit, for time traveler? Yeah, realize that obstacles are merely lessons on the path to love. Remember evolution. Obstacles are merely lessons. The pressure is an obstacle that you need to be able to overcome. It is a lesson. Obstacles that you've gone through, things that you've dealt with, things that would leave you hurt and jaded. Like, you have to realize they were a part of the lesson. The part of the lesson that was teaching you how to be vulnerable, how to communicate. That's why whatever happened in your experience is manifested, because you have to learn to talk about things. To stop pretending you're okay when you're not. To stop thinking you're strong because you bottle it, when strength comes from vulnerability and being honest and being in spiritual control of your energy and not exploding or spurting at the wrong people or at the wrong time. You will feel a lot better if you just communicate. True facts. So with that said, I have faith that this message will serve you in your highest good and divine time whenever it's meant to. I do Let it click. Let it click. Like, stop resisting. Stop holding on to the facade. Stop pretending. Like, just say, fuck it. Like, spirit's yelling at me to fucking communicate because apparently that's my problem, keeping me from my highest good manifestation, and I'm in my own fucking way. This is your chance to evolve. This is your chance to level up. This is your chance to grow. This is your sink or swim moment. No going back to who you were. Who you were is under a lot of fucking pressure and keeping themselves from their highest good, their dream outcome of happiness and peace and stability and all of those beautiful things. You're keeping yourself from it. You are keeping yourself from it. Pretending. You can call me a liar, but I ain't wrong. I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye.